We're going to leave the US President Joe Biden there. It's just his second solo press conference at the White House, would you believe? And that is at the White House. We're going to stay in Washington, D.C., though, and bring in our correspondent, Anneliese Nielsen, to kind of break that down a little. Anneliese, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, there were a few big angles to come out of that. Firstly, we did see again the president have his list of reporters that he was taking questions from. And so there was certainly a slant towards who he was taking questions from. But there were a few major points there. Firstly, he started off with an apology about the slow nature of accessing COVID-19 tests. It's never a good start when a president has to start looking at the things that they need to apologise for. And he has really taken a hit in polling recently about his response to the pandemic. Even a recent Gallup poll has him being the second least popular president since World War II in his first year, and that's only behind Donald Trump. But what was also really significant in that was his comments on Ukraine. He essentially said that the US is ready for Russia to invade Ukraine, coming in there saying that it was a matter of degrees of incursion, that if it was only a minor incursion, they wouldn't look to respond. So that's certainly going to be something that many would observe as being a green light for Russia to engage in some kind of confrontation. But he did also say there that they're going to look at increasing military capabilities around Poland and other NATO allies, and that they're still really only referring to economic sanctions in that. But that is a major moment for President Biden. I will say, I think the one thing he's going to keep getting hounded on is his questions around the supply chain, saying that shelves are 89% stocked across the country. That stat doesn't match the reality of what so many Americans are living. Shelves have been bare everywhere I've travelled in the last month. Even before that, it started to hit. I was just in Arizona. Most of the shelves there had big empty holes around the stores, and it's certainly a problem around Washington, D.C. as well, although that has been impacted by weather. The major theme of that was about the fact that his popularity is quite low in the questions that were being asked. And he was also being asked about his agenda, that he still wants to push Build Back Better. And he blamed the Republicans there, but it's not Republicans holding it up in the Senate. There's a 50-50 split. And the reason they can't get it through is because only 48 Democrats support his agenda. It's two holdouts. At the same time, Senator Manchin from West Virginia was up saying that he doesn't want to change anything to do with the filibuster. And that kills his plans to change access to voting in the US. So there's a lot of news that's come out of that that's going to be quite a consequential press conference.
Yeah, and Ukraine primarily, you rightly point out, minor incursion. Maybe he'd allow that, which opens the door for Russia to do something. What does a minor incursion mean, and how would it respond? Economic sanctions have worked in the past, but does minor mean a few hundred troops or what? There's probably already Russian troops in some capacity in Ukraine affecting things, which has happened in the past too. Anneliese, appreciate that.